Welcoming my guest on Big Bollywood Buffs, who is the co-founder of Wizcraft International Entertainment and of IIFA, the International Indian Film Academy Awards, and it is Andre Timmins. So, welcome, Andre, and great to have you on board today.
Boy, thank you so much for having me on Bollywood Buzz, and I'm excited to know that you're coming for the event in Jaipur, which is our 25 years.
Thank you so much. Well, firstly, I'd like to congratulate you on 25 years of IFA. It's such a, such a honorable and such a great, I would say, event that is happening. Is so prestigious. As we know, the IFA Awards is really prestigious, but it's a great mark and achievement. 25 years is a silver jubilee. And I wanted to ask, IFA has mostly gone international with their events. So how come this year it's happening in India, in Jaipur?
I think the reason behind it was the fact that IFA originates from India,
Right.
right? Our cinema originates from India,
Sure.
and the objective was to take our stars closer to the fans. And the story was to have it in one of the cities in India and then bring it to London in August because we started in London in the year 2000.
Yes. Yes.
And the idea is that to start, and nothing better than Jaipur. Uh, the city of royalty, and it has the highest tourists coming into Jaipur. And the government of Rajasthan has actually given us a great welcome in making us proud and doing making sure that the industry is well received. So all preparations underway there, and of course we're looking at also coming in August in London. We hopefully that the people of London welcomes us the way uh, the way Rajasthan's welcoming us. So we're
Mhm.
all getting prepped for London too.
Wow, that would be amazing. I mean, we would love to see you in London. And as you mentioned, the first IFA was in London in the year 2000. I remember attending, as a child. I've always been really passionate about Bollywood, and I still have those pictures from that event which I attended when I was a kid. So now to be attending as a journalist and to be covering the event is something I'm really ecstatic and happy about, and thrilled to be joining this event in India. And I think, as you said, it will be great to promote tourism in Rajasthan as well. So when you speak about obviously that there might be a chance of IFA coming to London in August, would that be possibly for IFA Utsavam, or would it be like a separate sort of celebration of IFA, 25 years of IFA?
Well, it's going to be a special of our 25 years anniversary.
Okay.
And we started in London. We're bringing it to India. From India, we're taking it back to London. And we're yet, trying to get a head around to see where we're going to have this. We want 30, 40,000 people. So,
Yeah.
all the cities in London who are happy to welcome us. We are looking for venues in London. We are in discussions with Wembley, O2,
Yes.
Manchester. So depending on who kind of comes in first,
Of
we're
course.
looking at 30, 40,000 people. We want to bring the celebrations there. It's going to be celebrating 25 years, and it's a one-night affair. The previous night would be more for a fashion gala,
Okay.
and then it would communicate into we want to give away awards under 2.5 decades. So people who've kind of
Okay.
been there. It's going to be public's choice. It's going to be viewer's choice in selecting them. But it's going to be less of awards, more of entertainment, more of bringing in all the countries that supported us.
Yeah.
Tampa, New York, Spain,
Spain
Amsterdam,
as well. Yeah.
Macau, South Africa, London, and I wish London wakes up and hears this interview, and they get more excited that we want to come there and bring an
Definitely.
Indian celebration.
No, definitely. I mean, I'm so excited about that because I myself live in London, and in Wembley Park itself. So I think Wembley Stadium would be a great venue because of the capacity that they have. But I remember the first IFA going back to the year 2000, the year of the Millennium. Back in the days, it used to be called the Millennium Dome, which is now the O2. So it's great that you've mentioned that, and for our viewers to know that. the London event will be more of a celebration and entertainment, and you will be obviously giving away awards to people who have done excellent work in the past 2.5 decades, and whereas the Jaipur event will be more celebrating the work of the artist from last year, 2024, right? Um,
Absolutely.
but one thing I want to mention, which is a new concept, well, last year, obviously, we had IIFA Utsavam, which was a great celebration of both the South and the North industry coming together. A lot of the Hindi actors also supported the South actors like it should be, and it was a great collaboration. So, can we expect something of that sort happening as well, like South artists also being recognized for their work this year?
Well, we are not doing IIFA Utsavam in Jaipur,
Mhm.
but you'll see a lot of South stars coming in.
Okay.
We have a superstar and who's just won the Padma Bhushan. Congratulations to Bala
Yes.
sir. Um, he's one of the biggest stars in the South, and he's also going to come. And a lot of other South stars are going to be as a part of IIFA in Jaipur.
Yeah.
But we are doing IIFA Utsavam probably end of the year
Okay, in India, in somewhere
in
in
India.
South, right?
In South. And so this year, what we're doing, part of our initiative, while we are honoring the Indian film industry like we do every year, this is the first time we're actually instituting the digital awards, the
Yes,
OTT
yes,
awards,
yes.
which is extremely exciting because the kind of response that we've got, because nobody has done a digital awards at this scale.
I
People in India have done it in banquet halls and small venues.
yeah, yeah,
um, so we are having it in as large as the film awards. We're honoring the digital stars, and also we're having Nora, we're having Shia Ghosal, we're having Sachin Jigar for the first time they are performing.
yes,
So I think the digital awards is something that I'm looking forward to, because I think the whole world is turned to digital, right? You know what I mean?
yeah, yes,
So
of
from
course.
that aspect, we've got all the digital stars there, from Abhishek, Vijay Verma, all the Panchayat guys, Ira Mandi, uh, Imtiaz. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, in fact, I was coming to that. That's going to be a massive celebration, and on such a large scale, it's really important that to recognize the talent of those artists who are now working on OTT platforms. Just because OTT has become such a huge medium post the pandemic, and I'm really happy and great to hear that IFA is doing the digital awards on such a large and huge scale. We've seen the nominations. I've been sharing it on my social media platforms as well. So yeah, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. But I also wanted to talk a bit more about your career, because you are the co-founder of IFA, but also of Wizcraft International Entertainment. Now, this was a company which was
Wizcraft,
founded.
it's Wizcraft Entertainment Agency.
Okay, so Wizcraft Entertainment Agency, sorry.
Yes,
And
no problem.
that was founded around 37 years ago, right? If I'm not mistaken, in
Yep.
1988. Perfect. So
Yes.
when this obviously company started out, you've done a lot of events in the past, a lot of events in the entertainment industry, and then the first IFA Awards happened in the year 2000. And talking about your career, I mean, I also read somewhere that you started off your career as a DJ in the 80s. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, right, right.
So how did that transition, from you being a DJ and contributing to the nightlife of Mumbai and other cities in India in such a big scale, and then obviously getting into this whole entertainment industry? Is that something that you miss at times, or like, maybe if you host a party at times, you're like, okay, I actually want to go back on the decks and DJ for a bit?
Maybe if I was a DJ, I would make more money. Yeah. So yes, of course. My family's always been musical, and they had the band and everything. But I was more into music, and I started working at the age of actually 17 as a DJ.
Wow.
And then I owned my first nightclub called Xanadu at the age of 19, right? Um, and of course, at 20, we opened Wizcraft.
Mhm.
And so It's been a long journey. We owned the nightclub business in the late 80s.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, from DJing, my first salary when I started off working, my salary in 83, 84 was about 750 rupees that time, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And it's been a long journey. It's been a exciting journey. And I tell everybody that there's no exemption than hard work, right? You have to put hard
Agree.
work in. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in what you want to do. And if you believe in what you want to do, you'll succeed.
Mhm.
Right? That's important. And God has been kind. From nightclub business, we got into opening Whiscraft
Mhm.
in '88, and from birthday parties right through the early '90s, we did corporate events, and then of course when we did in '96 Michael Jackson, when we brought Michael Jackson to India, I
Wow.
think that's where um, we became a household name, Wizcraft,
Yes.
right? And yes, we've had a share ups and downs, but we, when you talk about event management in India,
Mhm.
and this part of the world, the story is Wizcraft because we are the people that build the business. Today, over 5,000 companies. The business is over probably $1 billion plus, and it's become a career now. In terms of people wanting to make events as a career. So it's really grown a lot. The industry is being recognized, and we're extremely happy that we could play a small part in creating jobs, creating awareness, creating events, creating live businesses. We did the opening and closing of Commonwealth Games. We've done probably over 15,000 events in our career. We do 450 events in a year across our country. We do all the events for our honorable Prime Minister also as much as we can do. So uh, I always say people who want to be trusted or trust in doing an event, they come to his craft.
That's massive, and thank you for sharing that with our viewers. I think it's really important for our viewers to know that Wizcraft is not just about IFA, but there's so much more than you do. I mean, I also wanted to talk about Wiz Films. The movie Karak Singh, which was released around 2 years ago on OTT on Z5, right? And that got a very correct response, actually. It had Pankaj Tripathi as well in the leading role. So tell us a bit about that and maybe any upcoming projects that we can expect.
Well, I think Karak Singh was our first film and first venture, which was well received by the industry. Though it was little quiet, but the audiences welcomed it and it did pretty well.
Yes.
And I think it was a good experience, learning experience in getting into the film industry
Mhm.
and how it works. So we are taking baby steps. From after Karak Singh, right now for the last 3 years, we've been working on Salman Khan's documentary,
Oh, okay.
which will actually come out end of the year, probably on his birthday. We're trying to release it. It's pretty exciting. It's a 4-part episode. It's about his life and how his people have made him, kind of contributed in
Mhm.
looking after him and what a super and mega star he is. So a lot about his life, and we are looking at venturing and doing many more documentaries in that space because I think that's more real life stories about our stars and what they do. Like the Roshans have come out,
Yeah.
Angry Young Man has come out, Yo Yo Young is in. Uh, of course, the Salman Khan documentary is slightly different and in the same genre. So we're extremely excited. And of course, my partner Virat, who kind of runs the Viz Films along with us, who heads it. Uh, He's already working on a couple of scripts, some Hollywood scripts and some Indian scripts. So we'll be kind of putting them on floors by probably end of the year.
That would be amazing. I mean, I can already expect such an overwhelming and welcoming response from all of Salman's fans. They would love to watch that. But talking about documentaries, we recently attended the Roshan's Celebration Bash, where, their documentary did really well on Netflix as well, which I watched and absolutely loved. And obviously, we saw your pictures there with Rekha ji, Mahimat, Jackie Shroff, Mr. Rakesh Roshan ji, who is also going to be getting the live Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution to Hindi cinema at IIFA Silver Jubilee. So, how was that? I mean, obviously, we know that you share such a great rapport and bond with all the stars, and you've always been welcomed. Even at when you celebrated your birthday last year, which was a massive event. But since you were talking about documentaries, I thought I'd highlight that you recently attended that event, and how did that go?
Well, I think so. The Roshan family are like family to us for a long time, and they've always supported us. And when they were doing, when we were doing our documentary, actually we started a documentary earlier than this, but they finished earlier, and they
Okay.
did a great job. And I thought Rakesh Roshan, his storytelling is superb. And of course, when he invited us for a celebration party, I said, I have to be there to support them in whatever they do, because I think it's all about a new genre starting in documentaries in Hindi cinema. And we've got many more to do. You got Dilip Saab, you have Mr. Bachchan's, you have so many, right? You can create so many stories, right?
Yeah.
Which the audiences want to know more than just the cinema, right? So the party was great. We met all our friends, stars, people are there. There was Jackie, there was, Ritik, there was, of course, uh, um, Rekha ji and Rakesh and everybody. So it was a great interaction with them, and they were extremely aesthetic, and they were happy that you see, it's all about meeting your folks wherever you go. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So in that way, because we don't get to see them, and I always tell this story to everybody that in Toronto when Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra were on stage, and Dharmendra said, we have to come 15, 20,000 miles away to meet each other when we live not even 3, 4 minutes away from each other. So these kind of parties actually bond. We get together, we know what's happening, we understand what's going on in the industry. So it keeps us grounded.
Yeah, I think it's great for team bonding and like industry people bonding as well. As you said, like everyone is just so busy and hectic in their day-to-day lives with shoots, and obviously the actors with their own brand endorsements and everything else which is happening and going on. It's a great for, members of the film fraternity to come together and celebrate each other's achievements. Now, talking about, IFA, wherever so many countries they've been to previously, but I have very fond memories of when IFA came to Madrid in Spain, because I'm actually born and brought up in Spain, in the Canary
Wow.
Islands, in Gran Canaria. So when IFA had come to Madrid, I was there like working behind the scenes, and I was on helping out on shoot on set or IFA weekend at Retiro Park and everything, and it was a great experience for me actually. So can we expect perhaps IFA coming at some point again to Spain? Because in Spain, the whole Indian community, like we are mostly Sindhis, we are such like, huge Bollywood fans that I think it would be a great sort of like turnout if IFA came back to Spain, maybe to a different city.
So let me tell you, Spain was a very, very great, groundbreaking experience because they welcomed us. No Hindi cinema had come there. And I remember taking Ritik, Sonakshi, and Anil Kapoor. I bought them for the launch.
Yeah.
And on a Sunday, it was, they blocked the road and they said, not many people will be there, maybe 100 people, 200 people. I remember there were 5,000 people on the streets, and I
Yes.
was shocked, right? And then we took them to, of course, to the stadium, and they met with Benzema and everybody there, which is again a great, great experience. I
Yeah.
think, I think Madrid was fabulous. The mayor was fabulous. The government was fabulous. They opened and did everything for us, and of course, the food was excellent. People enjoyed themselves. We had a great turnout there. We had, right from Priyanka Chopra to
Yeah.
Salman Khan to Ritik Roshan, and it was Deepika, and so I think it was a
Tiger
great
Shroff
turnout.
as
And
well. Yeah.
yeah, and the fact that the stars could walk on the streets without being hassled and having fun and eating food and having a great time, that actually, I would love to come back to Spain and go to maybe Barcelona and experience it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a big shout out to Spain, and Please tell all my Sindhi friends to influence the government to bring us back.
Definitely. No, I think Barcelona would be a great shot. But, I'm actually from the Canary Islands, Gran Canaria, and we had a massive show back in the year 2000 that Mr. Salman Khan had come for with his siblings, his brothers Arbaz, Sohail, Ravina, Sonali Bendre, and so many actors. And since then after that, the Temptations World Tour happened as well in Gran Canaria. But we would love like the kind of shows that we get in London, all the time with artists coming. We don't always get that in Spain, so it would be great if IFA could come back at some point. And now, obviously, 25 years of IFA, so glorious, such a milestone, silver jubilee. How does that feel? The kind of response you must be getting now. I mean, it's less than like just a couple of weeks left for the event, which is happening on the 8th and 9th of March in Jaipur at the JECC. So, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, I think we're all excited. We are counting the days right now. And I think what we're doing is integrating the celebrations into the 25 years.
Yes.
And the silver is the new gold, right? That's our
Definitely.
concept and
Yeah,
theme.
yeah, yeah.
So I think everybody's excited. Karina's excited. we did a we did a we did a call with her yesterday on the creative. She's extremely ecstatic because she's enacting and giving a tribute to her grandfather Raj Kapoor,
Cool.
right? Okay. And Shah Rukh and Karan and Karthik and Madhuri is excited, right? And our digital stars, all our industry, Katrina, everybody who's coming in for our 25 years, Arjun Kapoor, Madhavan and Bonnie Kapoor, and I can keep Nora. Nora's doing a great performance, and also we have another thing which we are promoting is we want to pick two winners, which is on the club at IFA, where these two winners get to dance with Nora.
Yes.
So a lot of innovative stuff we're doing. We're doing a workshop with Guneet Monga and Madhuri Dixit on the 7th. In um, it's a foundation that we found is which is called I Can Make a Difference. So we want to promote that to the world. So there's a lot of activities happening. The Stomp is happening on the 7th, 8th is digital, 9th is the awards. There are a lot of airport welcomes, hotel welcomes. So we are making sure that, the problem we're expecting about 20, 30,000 people on the streets in welcoming our stars there. So the government is doing a great job in making sure everything runs smooth and people can see those stars and I'll be extremely happy because 25 years just flown away. It's just like I can't believe it that we are on our 25th year. Silver jubilee.
Definitely. And as you mentioned, silver is the new gold. I mean, even the award will be silver this year, right? And now that you mentioned the legendary actress Madhuri Dixit is going to be performing to some of her greatest hits on stage. She has previously performed at IFA as well. And I think fans are really looking forward to that because, she's such a like great dancing queen and diva on stage that, I mean, last year you guys had Rekha on stage who again gave such a
Wow,
spectacular
she was superb.
performance. Yes,
Rekha was superb. I met Rekha. I told her you have to come. So a big shout out to Rekha to make sure she comes to IFA for our 25 years. I'm going to meet her next week and, touch her feet and say, Rekha ji, you have to come. She's also brilliant. And Madhuri Dixit is, I think, she's evergreen. She's so professional in what she wants to do. And she does it unbelievable. She rehearses. She knows what she wants to do, and I think she's a great, I would say, inspiration to Indian cinema.
yeah, yeah. And I also want to give a shout out to Nora Fatehi because she's such an awesome dancer. She was recently in London as well, and last year I met her at the IFA, and she very sweetly did an interview with me. But to all the fans of Nora and everybody who would love to perform with her on stage, guys, all the details are on the IFA page on Instagram, but also I've shared it on my page, Big Bollywood Buffs. So all you have to do is follow all the steps, and you might, who knows, you might get a chance to go on stage and perform with Nora herself. Um, so yeah, that's something that I think fans are definitely looking forward to. And you mentioned on the 7th, there's going to be a workshop as well, right? Um,
Yes, yes.
with Madhuri. That
And Gunit Monga, she's up for Oscars in LA on the 2nd of March. I'm praying that Anuja wins. I think my prediction they'll win. And
Mhm.
if they win, it's going to be big news for us, for India.
Yeah. And Kiran Rao is also going to be attending, right? And obviously, her movie Lapata Ladies has done so well at the box office and also been nominated for the
Yeah,
Oscars as India's official entry. So hopefully, her work would also be recognized at IIFA. I mean, I know she's already been nominated.
yeah, all the nominees are coming. All of them are excited. It's India, so we're getting a great attendance.
Yeah,
So we're just more than happy that the industry is supporting us. Again,
yeah. In a way, the fact that it's happening in India also makes it slightly easier for a lot of the artists to be able to travel to Jaipur if they have other work commitments and possibly not able to travel abroad. So, in a way, I think it also helps, right, with the massive celebration.
absolutely, absolutely. And we're all looking forward to it, my friend.